Hello, hello, welcome. I always got to get this technology stuff done first. Hmm. Okay, there we are. Got to hear me hum. Okay, hello. How are you all? Welcome. This is Karen with Karen's Stamping Place, and I have a fun little box to create with you this afternoon. This is the front of it. It's so cute. I just had some caramels over here that I'm going to show you when I turn the camera down that needed a little box. And so I created this one this afternoon. Well, I didn't create it, but I made it. And so I thought I'd show you all. So I'm going to turn the camera down. Okay. So let me show you the caramels that I found. Oh, they're so yummy. I'm so addicted to this one already. This one is pumpkin spice soft caramels. And they're just little bitties. They're nothing big. Aren't they cute? Okay, and they're so soft. And now I might have to sneak one of these. I haven't tried them yet. They're caramel apple. And let me tell you, I am so addicted to the other ones already. I just know these are going to be amazing. Well, hello, Timothy. How are you? Hey, if you like candy, you got to try those out. Let me just tell you. Okay, so I'm going to get on with making this box. So the stamp set that I am using today is Soft Seedlings. I just love this leaf. Let me see if I can get that in there. Okay, I love this leaf. And so that is what I used. And I just fussy cut the leaf out. And then I'm using this Thinking of You. I love the pretty font there. Okay. I'm also using, oh, you love that. Oh, they're so good. Okay. So I'm using this Rustic Harvest 12 by 12 designer series paper. It's, I don't know what else to say, but it's beautiful. I've used it quite a bit now. You saw me last week use the back side of the paper that I'm using this week. It's this one. So I already cut those pieces out though, but I'll give you the measurements. All right. So for this box, I need a get my tongue tied there. I need a 5 1/16 piece. Very tiny. Just a 16th. All right. So this is the lid by 4 1/16. So we're making it just a 16th of an inch bigger. And while I have that on my trimmer, I'm just going to go in and score it. And I'm going to score it at 1 inch all the way around. Okay. Just to make this real easy. Okay, one more. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. Now I'm going to take this other piece and I need to have it at 4 inches even. Oops, that's my scoring tool. By 5 inches. Okay. So I'm just going to take that little 16th off on that edge there. Come out. Okay, now I'm going to take the same, or do the same. I'm going to score it at 1 inch all the way around. It's just a simple little box, but I think it fits. I think I counted 5, maybe 6 of those, and I think that's a really good amount. Okay, one more side. I'm just going to give it a good score. Oh, I think I did that side already. Okay, let me put this aside. So the first thing I'm going to do is just go in and burnish all my folds. Okay. Real easy to do. Okay, I'm going to do the same with the lid. I should say I'm using Crumb Cake cardstock. I think it's a really great fall color. Okay, we're all done with that. And I'm going to get my paper snips. Those have a curved end. Oh, here they are. I was using them earlier, so I kind of have them lost on my table. Well, before I do that, I want to take and get my papers laid down. So this first piece is 2 7/8 by 1 7/8, and you'll need 2 of those pieces. And what we're going to do is just glue on our pieces ahead of time, and then we don't have to do it later. Okay. This also helps me remember which one's top and which one's bottom without having to line them up all the time, because there you can line them up. And if you do, you can see that one's a 1/16 of an inch shorter than the other, but that's okay. Then I'm going to take a piece that is cut at 2 7/8 by 3/4 of an inch. Now this, again, you'll need 2 of, because these are our sides. So you want to have, you know, 1 on each long side. Okay, again, 2 7/8 by 1 7/8. Let's get that up on there. That's the nice thing about using the liquid glue. I've got some wiggle room. Okay, the next piece is 2 7/8 by 3/4 of an inch. And these are end pieces. So this piece will go right here. Okay. I think I got that pretty straight. Oh, let me push that down just a little bit. Whoops. Okay. And this is also 2 7/8 by 3/4. We're just going to put this down right here. Okay, so that's the top of our box. And now we'll do the bottom. So I just really decorated the inside. I don't know, you know, how much more than that you want to decorate, but feel free to have fun and do what you want with your box. Okay. All right, now I'm going to go in and I'm going to just cut these pieces on the end, and I'm going to give that kind of an angle cut. And then I'm going to do the same right here. Okay, I'm going to go over to this side and give that a little cut there. Sometimes they don't come off. Okay, guys, while I'm cutting this, because now you know how to cut this, the date of this video is September 15th, and today Stampin' Up! Is having a 15% off sale on all their stamps out of the annual catalog. It's amazing. So the only ones you can't get a 15% off are the host sets, which is fine, you know, all the other ones. So I had to get on this morning and order a few, of course. Okay, the next, we're going to do the top, and we're going to do the same thing. Just going to cut along and angle our pieces, and that just helps make our sides fit together a little better. You know, they're not so bulky where they don't want to fit. You don't have to add or take away anything, you know, the edges won't be sticking out, which really helps. And then also we have our weekly deals going on. Oh my gosh, Stampin' Up! Has added so much this month for sale with the weekly deals every week, coming up with new deals. And then today with that flash sale. Okay, so there we have all our corners cut. Now what I'm going to do is turn this over, and on each side, I'm just using liquid glue. We're making a box. I want my box to be good and strong. Okay, let me get that in there so you can see it. So I'm just going to use liquid glue. All right. So I'm just going to hold these for a second while they dry. Just for a second. I just want them to get tacky enough so I can let go and not worry about what's going to happen. Now these two I'm going to fold down because this is harder than the other side. And I'm just going to kind of hold it. Okay, and then I'm going to lift those to the inside. I'm going to get one side set and pinch it. Go to the other side and pinch that as well. Okay. And there you have the bottom of your box. And again, I'm just holding it for a second. Okay, there's the bottom of your box. Now let's go and do the top. Okay, so again, this is easy. You can just kind of get this side and then the other side done. Try not to get too much glue because I don't want it oozing out the edges. Okay, there you go. There's that side, all done. Just going to pinch it for a minute. Okay. Now, again, on this side, I'm going to fold these edges down. Just hold it with my thumb. Get the glue on both sides. Okay. And then again, lift that up. Get the one side in right where I want it. Then I'm going to hold that just for a second while I walk on over, do the other side. Okay. There you go. Now we have the top half of the box. So those two just go over each other and they fit so well. As I say that, and I can't get it in there, but I'm being gentle because the glue, I don't want it to come apart yet. I want it to stay. Okay. So I'm just going to separate those two right now and just let them dry off camera. And I'm going to show you how I did the leaf. Okay. So I took my Cajun Craze and I gave it a squeeze to create that inkwell in there. And then I took Mango Melody. And again, I'm going to give it a squeeze. And this one doesn't squeeze as easily as the other one. Let's see if I can get it better. But I'm going to try. And this one's messy because I've been using it a lot today. That's okay. All right. Let me get this over here so you can see. So then I'm taking my aqua painter. No, excuse me. It is a water brush, water painter. And this has the big, the big bristles. Okay. There are 3 brushes that come with this set. And there's a very delicate one. And then one that's a little wider, just floating around somewhere in one of my bins right now. And then I have this bigger bristled one. So I'm going to use that one. I'm going to add some water in here. And I don't want it sopping wet because I don't want my image to be overly wet. So I'm going to try to get some of that off while picking up color a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to take my stamp and I'm just going to go over it with that. Like I said, I don't want it sopping wet, but I do want it to have a little bit of wetness. Okay, so now I'm going to take a paper towel. I'm going to try to flush off some of that yellow ink, because I don't really want that in my Cajun Craze. And one of the times earlier I did this, I did not get the ink off of there. So it did add some yellow. Okay, so I'm going to put some water in here. Okay, just a little bit, because I don't want a lot of this. I just want a little bit on the ends, just to kind of give it a little bit of a fall look to it, maybe down the seam there. Okay. All right. Now let's see what we get. Okay, I've got my scrap paper there, and I am using shimmery white cardstock. I absolutely love shimmery white when you're doing something like this. Okay, so it just barely shows, and that's kind of what this stamp is kind of watercolored. So you're going to get a little bit darker image up at the tops and then a real light image down in. You're going to get more of the veins of the leaf. Let's see if you can see that. Let's get a good angle. So I think that turned out really nice, but I would have to let it sit and dry for a while before I can cut it, and I have to fussy cut it. This doesn't come with a die cut. So I went ahead and made one earlier, and this is what I'm talking about. When you get it a little bit too wet, it's going to fill in a little more, but you can still see the veins. Personally, I like this one better that I just did because I love seeing those veins, but that's okay. This one will work, and then I can use this one for another card. Okay, so let me set that aside. I'm going to get my box back in here, and I'm going to go ahead and just glue my leaf on, and I'm going to use my liquid glue again. I'm going to lift other things with dimensionals, so I figure if I just glue this on, it'll be good and secure. Its leaves curl up, which I really love. So now I'm going to stamp my sentiment. And my sentiment, like I said, is the thinking of you, and I need to bring in my Cajun Craze. So I can use that. Okay. And I'm going to try to get this as straight as possible, but it is kind of far away from me, so we'll just do the best we can. I can do it twice. After that, I'm pretty much done. Well, that's not so bad. It's really up high. Let's try it one more time. See if I can get it down a little lower. I think, yeah, I'm just going to go with the first one. You know, when it's not right underneath you, it's really hard to see what you're doing. But that one turned out good. It's just a little high up. So we're going to cut that right at the edge. Now I'm going to use my lovely Labels Pick-a-Punch. And I'm going to put this in upside down so I can see it. Make sure I'm not cutting off any of the words. then I can also see that it's straight in there. Okay. And then on the other side, I'm going to flip it over. And I'm okay that one side's going to have a little bit more than the other because I want to put a bow on that side. So I'm going to take and use dimensionals on this. Love my Stampin' Dimensionals. Let me tell you, it's getting time to order more. Always need those. Always am running out. Okay, so I'm just going to put this right at the bottom of the leaf on the box, okay? And then now I'm using our linen thread, and I have a new package right here. But I have this last little piece. So I'm going to use up what I have, which if Timothy was here, he could probably get 2 more bows out of it. Timothy's really good at making very tiny bows. I am not so great at that. So I'm going to make it tiny, but not that tiny. So what I did is I just tied it at the end. And that way, you know, you don't waste so much. And that's what I'm doing. I'm using it, all of it, down to the last little piece. Okay. Now for this, I'm going to just take a glue dot. And I'm going to kind of pick it up with my fingers, and I'm going to roll it. This is a really tiny knot. So I'm not going to get it all over the place because I don't want all the oils from my hand on it. But, you know, I want it tiny, and it's really big. So I just roll it up a little bit, and then I'm going to set it down. And now I can put my bow in it. Okay, now the fun part. Okay, so I used the pumpkin spice on this one. Now I'm going to use the caramel apple. Oh, thank you, Timothy. It's tiny. Okay, let's see if I can open this one. The other one was so easy to open. Oh, yeah, these are easy to open, guys. Oh, had to take a smell. Oh. They smell like caramel apples. Okay, so let's see. Got. These are a little bit bigger, I think. Puffier. So there you go. There's 5 in this one. 5 of those yummy caramel apple caramels. And then this one has, let's see. Oh, this one has 5 also of the pumpkin spice. Okay, guys, there you have it. There's my boxes for today. I'm going to be looking around to make some more boxes. They're so much fun, and I want to put some more of those caramels in it. So thank you for tuning in today. If you liked what I made and you want to come back and see more, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you did like what I made, please give me a thumbs up. And the other thing to remember is to click that bell for notifications if you want to know when my next live will be. But I honestly do lives every Thursday at 3:30. So thank you all so much. I appreciate you so much for being here. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. My mouse is upside down, and there's my bye-bye. Bye, everyone.